does that question resonate with? How do I quit smoking? Who has this question on their mind? Give me a yes or something so I can get a sense here. Yeah, I thought about that. Something along those lines. Let me know that that makes sense to you. Let's plug this bad boy in. My audio okay, folks? Yeah, watery vision. Thank you. I appreciate you participating here. What specifically about that? Here we go. Hi and hello. Yup. Good. I'm glad we're talking about this. This is going to be huge. As I'm getting this question constantly. And so I know people aren't asking specifically, like, hey, what do I do, right? You just put down the cigarettes and never touch them again. Sounds easier, right? But what is it that you're really getting at with that question? I'm curious. What is it that you're trying to figure out how to do? Because that question on the surface, I mean, you can work with there's a billion ways to do this, right? You can hire a specialist. Nudge, nudge. You could try cold turkey. You can try patches and gum, Chantix, all these different. Well, Chantix's been recalled. All these different products on the market. So, what is it you're really getting at? How to not need it. That is a brilliant question. How to not need it. Thank you, Watery Vision. How not to need it. I'm old school. People ask me how I grew my clinic so fast. I started 3 years ago. And I was like, well, I actually talked to the market, the people that need the help. And I asked them what they need. They're like, whoa, that's brilliant. I'm like, yeah, man. I don't know. I'm not going to guess. How not to need it. Ben cold turkey. Ben Darcy, does that mean you've been doing cold turkey and you're happy? You're a happy non-smoker? Does that mean you're struggling with that and you're not sure what's going on? Go by Farmer's Almanac. Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure what that means. Kelly, Cecil. I'm having trouble quitting chewing. Yeah. So this is where it gets interesting. I think this ties into Watery Vision's question, and I was actually just being a bit selfish here and wanting to explore this. I mean, ultimately, it was going to come back to y'all in value, but I think be a little bit more direct in that distribution and reduce the time. It's like chewing, vaping, smoking cigarettes. In my experience, that's not the actual problem people have. That is the symptom, though. Right? Do you ever get the sense that maybe there's something underneath the surface that's keeping you stuck? And I think how not to need it is a really good phrase for that. I think that's a really brilliant way that it was Watery Vision laid that out. We got to untie the knots beneath the surface. Anybody has a few minutes, maybe we can do a quick demo. Yeah, I could probably do this in 11 minutes. See other people do it. Me lighting up as I scroll down the video. LMAO. Yeah. Cigs are making me sick. No, I'm BK to you're back to smoking. Yeah. So you tried cold turkey, didn't work. That's the majority case, right? 6% effective. Maybe 9% depending on the study. The people that are successful, you talk to them, they've either just done it so many times they were fed up, they made a choice, or they had some like aha moment, some sudden, spontaneous new insight and understanding. That's what I'm interested in generating with people. Like, oh yeah, I don't need this. Exactly what Watery Vision said. So I found myself wanting to chew more, response to anxiety, and it's hard to break that. Yeah, I think that's a fascinating thing. Pop and tack. Who here thinks that cigarettes, chewing, or vaping helps them deal with anxiety or stress? Yeah, had it freaking out. Who here thinks that? Definitely me. I do. Me. Yeah. Now, here's a fascinating thing. If you smoke one cigarette, we'll use that as an example, and this is a microdose of nicotine, right? If you were to take a lot of nicotine into your body, you would just die because it's a poison. It would literally kill you, like a drop. A drop would kill you. So they have to microdose you with this substance. One cigarette, I find this very fascinating, increases your heart rate 10 beats per minute. And one pack increases the stomach acid in your body a quarter cup because your body's violently trying to get rid of that stimulant poison. Now, nothing about that sounds relaxing, right? That actually sounds quite the opposite. Like your body's in a state of shock and panic. Homeostasis kicks in. It's like, we got to get this out of us, man. but you do feel calm, right? You do feel more calm. How could that be? How could it be the case that you're doing something that it's been studied very closely? You're 3 times more likely to suffer panic attacks, panic disorders if you smoke compared to a non-smoker. Yet you feel relaxed when you do it. What is that? What do you think it is, folks? I feel like a teacher. Like, when they do that. So stupid. Oh, I love this stuff. You guys are great. Oh, man. What do you think this is, folks? I'm on the chalkboard. Oh God! Find myself wanting to chew. Response to anxiety. So this is awesome. Yeah, and then someone else. When you're asking yourself, "How do I quit?" Watery Vision gave us how not to need it. That's what she's really trying to get at. What are you trying to get at when you ask yourself, "How do I quit?" Is there something else? Because I don't want to assume that's universal. Break the habits that most women. That's a good idea. Yeah, habits are brutal. I haven't had one. I mean, sometimes they're great. I could go off about habits for way too long. Haven't had one since May 3rd. I'm struggling. Yeah, what are you struggling with? Farriga Wood Mother. I don't think I read that right. I heard once the word compulsion related to smoking. I never thought of it that way. Yeah, I don't know, Carrie. That's a Anytime people are like, yeah, it depends on how that term's defined, right? Because people use terms in really weird ways. Language is endlessly ambiguous, so it's a little tricky. It just depends on what they mean. I mean, I see people walk away from this thing in a few hours, so I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what that is. Definitely me. I do ask myself those same types of questions. I'm being a bit. I guess I'm just like less concerned about that now that I know how to work with people. It's usually different for the individual. Like, I work more as the individual responding to another individual. The best work I do with people, I'll never do it the same way again with somebody else. It's just totally for that person and what they needed. So I don't know. It's a really bad answer. Sure, there's a compulsive component to it, though. It does make your heart race. Cold turkey work for me, so everyone knows. Then everyone is watching you. Cold turkey work for me, post on social media, so everyone knows. Then good, okay. May I do budget? Yes. Well, yes, I think that dip helps me with the rage. I could teach you how to shut off rage instantly. That'll be fun. If anybody wants to learn that, I'll teach you. It's a source of comfort for me. I needed it. That's why I quit. A source of comfort for me. I love that. This is Trav the Menace. It was a source of comfort for me, and I needed it. That's why I quit. I love this. This is the kind of stuff people say when I work with them. They go, well, the problem becomes the solution. And it's very odd. One lady said, I feel powerless. I asked her, how do you feel when you go to quit smoking? When you think about quitting smoking permanently? She goes, I feel powerless. And I literally asked her, it's going to sound so absurd. I usually don't get this behind the scenes with stuff, but I said something like, what's that feeling of powerlessness have to teach you about becoming a non-smoker permanently? Right? This doesn't make sense on the surface, but that's an unconscious theme for her. I echoed it back, and she just was gone, right? And she comes back, and she goes, that feeling of powerlessness is there to teach me that I am powerful and I can make the right choice. Probably 5-6 minutes went by, and she was just, whatever it is people do when they're tranced out. I don't know how to explain that. I don't know how to go from the problem to the solution. She did it. I didn't do it. I just asked the question. So I think that's beautiful. I got me all fired up. I was stressed. Yeah, but times to smoke heart rate. Yes, I do. It's clean 5 months. People lie saying cravings big on their months. Yeah, cravings depends on what's going on there, right? You're probably at some level of consciousness, some level of awareness, you think it's doing something for you. So of course you're craving it. You got to solve that. And cravings are easy to kill though, right? Samir, I have videos up for that. You can do it in just a few seconds. We could do one here if you want. It's what I say, but I know it's not true. John, you're awesome. That's cool. So you guys are already getting, it might sound like some of this is flippant. And you might go, well, yeah, right. I mean, I've already acknowledged some of this self-deception. I know I'm lying to myself. Why is this helpful? It's insanely helpful. I mean, admitting it out loud in a public forum, I know we're not seeing each other face to face, but just engaging with the reality of the thing is very powerful, right? The path to freedom is going to be in truth. It's not going to be in self-deception, lies, all that nonsense. Right? You're not going to lie your way out of this. Lie your way out of the way you feel about it. That's just not how it works. It's that way with everything, right? I'm sure we've all reached out. I'm so far behind in comments. I quit a year ago. I've used 15 milligrams daily. None of that helps shaming. Yeah, shaming and guilting doesn't help, Riley Beth, 100%. When COVID shut down, I quit everything. The same. What's funny about that? The same part of the brain that lights up when people are experiencing shame is the same part that lights up when people experience addiction. Or what we call addiction. Right? That there's not really, again, going back to the language being endlessly ambiguous, there isn't even one defined term for addiction. Everyone thinks they're addicted to everything, Not saying they're not saying there aren't addictive components to stuff we experience and do. My God, we don't even have a definition for it. It's been agreed upon scientifically. There's a bunch of different working definitions. Whew, I'm full of talking today. When COVID shut down, I quit vaping. Yeah, I love that. I love that you did it because you needed it. That's cool. Makes you want another. Yeah, the SIG has been there through everything. Yeah, Eric Damien, let's play with this idea. Eric Damien says the SIG has been there through everything. Hard to give up your best friend. This is the best live. This is great. Let's play with that. Let's personify. Presumably everyone else feels like Eric. If you are, just type the word friend, right? So we make sure we're on the same page here. So you feel like this thing's been there for you. And I had a fella come in during a session. He said, prior to, he called me and let me know, I feel like I'm going to a funeral right now. And this was actually for vaping, right? Or not vaping, sorry, dip. I feel like I'm going to a funeral. I thought, well, that's very curious. Tell me about that. If this is a funeral, who died? He goes, well, it's someone that's always been there for me. I get out of work, it's there for me. Something bad happens, I could step away, have a dip, etc. Right? He went through his routine and how he used it. I asked him something along the lines of, so we just kind of carried out that metaphor more. And what else can you tell me about this person that you're burying today? And he goes, it's actually poisoning me. I got bumps in my mouth. Because you can start to feel little bumps form from where you'd always keep it. He goes, yeah. And he goes, and that's dangerous because maybe I won't be there for my daughter and my wife. So now he's seeing this friend differently. And shortly after, basically we concluded, that's a toxic friend, essentially. And that doesn't mean, it's like literally a toxic friend, right? Not just metaphorically, like it's literally poisoning you. And it's all the conclusions he came to. But if you think about it, I mean, cigarettes would be like, if that was a friend, it would be a friend that kills like, it's the leading cause of preventable death. So that's like a pretty nasty friend. And look, I think I'm yelling. Good God. And look, we've all had toxic friends. They're filling some emotional needs, so we keep them around, even though we deserve better. We know we do. Sooner or later, you get sick of it, though. And you go, I'm not doing this anymore. Like, I've been down this road before. I know where it goes. I've had enough. All right, so what I'm interested in seeing people get to that point. Well, they just make that choice. I wonder how easy we can make it. I quit 32 years ago. Feel amazing, never go back. That's awesome. That's awesome. Steffels Kovansky. Yes, my stomach's been hurting. Yeah, breathing. How can you break generational smoking cycles? Instantly. You just, yeah. I mean, that's the real question here. Give me username. That's how much more of a reason do you need to quit than that? You free yourself, the chances of the people come after you smoking just plummets. You get to be that source. If you quit smoking, you smoke a pack a day, it costs $7. 30 years from now, you'll have an insane amount of money. You put that money in the market, you get an 8% return in like a Vanguard index fund or something. You're not even doing any investing. You're just buying shares of the market at large. I mean, I'm not a certified investor fella, so you got to talk to those people. It's just life-changing. Your life will change, your kids, assuming you have them, or whoever you want to donate that money to. It's insane. So they make me throw up. Yep. I thought I'm weaning out here. Oh, cool. Divina Tuesday. I'm glad. Okay, so that hopefully that helps to slip up on Friday's funeral. Yeah. chemical dependence. Yeah, I think there's some of that. I do think there's some of that, Jenny V. I think that's overplayed. Not in all cases. I think some people really do. It's brutal for them. They still quit though. You know, that's just pretty cool. But no, that's I think that's a real thing. I kind of don't like it when people assume there isn't a chemical component to this. The thing, like, why are we doing that? Breathing deep breaths, huge. Vaping, I think it's on my mind. Who wants to live forever anyway? Well, me. Addiction, brain chemistry, a dose of dopamine. You're smoking. Day 4, no smoking. But oh my god, I want one so bad today. Ella, yeah, are you using the bullet breath? Ella's been on a couple of these. Berserker Piano, what's going on? I really want to quit, but need help. Yeah, well, you're in the right place. If anybody wants to work with me privately, you can click the link in my bio. You got to spend $25 to book a strategy call. We'll go through exactly how I'll work with you. And then if you decide to work, I discount the cost of the work. You know, we minus the $25 from it. I used to do them for free, and I just had 14 people not show up to a call one week. And I thought, man, I could have helped a lot of people quit smoking. And then so if you decide to move forward, we do it from there. It's brainwashing. Yeah. That's I think that's a huge component. Brit on P1. I'm on day 150. No, Nick, that's also awesome. Kelso, my dad has lung cancer and he won't quit. Yeah, my mom died from smoking. COPD, emphysema. 53 and a half years of age, didn't get to meet my son. So it's people will say, I have to quit, I need to quit. No, we just know that's not true, right? Like that's why there's so many people that die from this. Right? Like that's the reality. That's a lie. That's a lie. One of the biggest lies people tell themselves, you know, not just with tobacco, with everything. I have to, I need to. No, you don't. Tobacco and whatever they cure it with. Yeah. How about vaping? Same thing. I think that's another really, yeah. So when we were talking about earlier, do you think there's something underneath the surface that's keeping you stuck doing this thing that has nothing to do with the substance itself? Yeah, I mean, we got to solve that problem. Then the symptom goes away. It's pretty cool. Someone's life, you know, their entire life changes. Let's see, is your body correct yourself? Yeah, body's amazing, Miss Jane XOXO. Does the body correct yourself? It's itself. I think I know what you mean. So does it heal up? It's ridiculous. There's certain chronic conditions that you'd need medicinal help with. But Meg, I have a video up on YouTube where I go through some of that stuff. Everyone has a video where they talk about the healing of the body. It's kind of incredible, though. I wish I could quit. Well, yeah, of course you can. So you've got your wish now, CBC Town. I know that sounds flippant, but that's the reality. 1.3 million people quit every year, on average. So now it's like, are you going to do it, right? My problem is I quit vaping for a few years, but when I start going out drinking, yeah. What a cool, I love this. Trish says it tricks you into breathing deeply. So many folks have commented the breathing thing. I'm sure you've seen this. And that's in response to what could be going on. How are you feeling calm and anxious when you're putting a stimulant poison into your body? And I think deep breathing, you're stepping away, taking a break. That's relaxing. Deep diaphragmatic breath, that's relaxing. Maybe letting your mind wander, or just being present with something for a second, whether it's a thought or the reality of that puff, and then letting your mind wander. All of that's therapeutic relaxing. Everything but the cigarette can calm you down. People go, it's the dopamine, but we know the dopamine, that's all in anticipation of the action. That's how dopamine works, right? It explodes prior to. Same thing with intercourse, that's when the dopamine release happens. So we have these really cool scientific tools where we can measure that stuff. So it's fascinating. And a lot of folks will go, because I use some hypnosis in my clinic when I work with people. And they'll say, I can't be hypnotized. Well, what's more hypnotic? Smoking a stimulant poison stick, right? A thing that's incapable of love and affection, yet you think it's your best friend. It's an inanimate object. And feeling friendship with it. Stimulant poison elevating your heart rate. All the reasons why you want to quit. All the harmful effects. Yet you think it's doing something positive for you. Versus someone acting like a chicken on a stage. To me, that's the same phenomena. To a large extent. This person's not really a chicken. This thing's not really relaxing you. It's not really your best friend. And you know that. It's some level of awareness, right? You know it's not your best friend. Yet, that is a very present reality in your mind. Just like the person acting like a chicken. They know they're not a chicken, right? They're just doing it. This is where it gets very fascinating with behavior and hypnotic work. Specifically, I think that's very interesting. But a lot of folks don't work at the root cause with hypnosis. They kind of just read a script at you, and then, success rates are considerably lower. Hopefully this is helpful, folks. That's probably right, Kel. So I couldn't nail down an exact percentage. I think it's, I've heard 90-10, I've heard 99-1, 80-20. That's, I think the way you're thinking about it, though, that it's probably more about the mind is most likely the case, right? So the extra course makes you feel better regardless of the big picture side. Yeah. So we already, it's funny, you must have commented that right before we talked about it. Major health problems cause pain. I use smoking to handle pain. Yeah. I can teach you how to handle pain. Who here has pain in their body right now they want to get rid of? I got to skip to the end, guys. Sorry. I just want to do a quick demo. I got to hop off. I think I'm going to be a few minutes late. Gosh. Oh, no. Yeah. Ellie, how bad is that pain? 0 out of 10. And Darcy. 10 being I'm losing my mind. I got to go to the hospital. 0 being I'm zen out on the beach. I can't feel anything. So, how bad's that pain? 10. Yeah. It can be emotional, guys. It doesn't have to be physical. 6. Okay, cool. Here's what I want you to do. Take a slow, deep breath in. Exhale slowly. Don't do this if you're driving. My God, get off TikTok. Or if you're operating a machine. Take a slow, deep breath in. Exhale even slower. If you're going to purse your lips like that, it helps to exhale slowly. Don't do it tight. Just kind of, And then what you do is scan from the top of your head all the way down to your toes. Everyone do this. Just do it for fun. If you want to find something positive in your body, find that. We'll magnify it. So, okay, we're going to take a slow, deep breath in one more time. Scan from the top of your head all the way down to your toes. Find the point in your body where that pain is the strongest. Just comment a general area. Hands, neck, back, feet, stomach, whatever it is. Comment that. Just comment where you feel it the strongest. I got a bunch of cool followers. It's awesome. If you have a smoking urge, do the same thing. Upper back, neck. Yeah, good. Feet. Cool. Beautiful. All right, here's what I want you to do. One more time. Slow, deep breath in. Exhale slowly. Go to that place where that pain is the strongest. Just put your mind there. Just put your mind there now. Don't judge that feeling. Don't try to do anything to it. Sit with it. Yeah, that's right, case XCY. Anything else I say right now does not matter. We're going to do 20 seconds of this. Just sit with that feeling. Don't do anything to it. Be with it. Don't judge it. I'll sit here quietly. Apologize to other people that aren't participating that are watching this. Okay, what do you notice that's different now? I'm going to take a screenshot of these. These are awesome. Scan top of your head all the way down through your body. What do you notice that's different now? Muscles are relaxed. Yeah. It's numb now. Do you normally feel that level of numbness, Puma 998? It's not bothering you. Yeah. That constant throb. Put your mind right on that constant throb, Samantha Marie. Yeah. Isn't that odd? You have the ability to create that numb feeling, relax your muscles. You can feel the pain, but it can't bother you anymore. 20 seconds. You're not even good at this yet. Yeah. I really had like 10 more things I wanted to do, but hey, we're got out of time here. That's fun. You guys are awesome. This is so fun. Oh man. Okay, well hopefully this is helpful, folks. So yeah. So we do this with smoking, right? We get rid of look at all this stuff starts in the unconscious mind. You don't stub your toe and then go, hey, I better feel pain in my toe. I just stubbed it, right? It happens automatically. So we want to just back into that. Feeling the pain, what's that about? Sit with it. If I had a little bit more time, I'd say, okay, well, I want you to go to that feeling. What does it have to teach you about this? And then we would untie the knot and it would be incredible, right? Y'all are great. Oh, good night. Yeah, that was super fun. All right, folks. So join the, we'll just use the exercise we just did, Mama Kim. Or check out the anxiety relief guy on TikTok. My buddy Dan. So people send stress and anxiety folks to him all the time. Doctors, they send him to him. He's fantastic. Yeah, Puma, great. Glad to hear that. Yeah. Hey, my pleasure. Coconut 4200. I hope you all take care.